Over the last week, the country has seen a high rise in new COVID-19 infections believed to be associated with the presence of the Omicron variant. Already, active cases have spiked to over 6,000, signaling that the country may be experiencing another COVID-19 wave. But amid this critical phase, schools have remained open to face-to-face learning, much to the dissatisfaction of representative bodies such as the Guyana Teachers Union. The union, through its president Mark Light, revealed that in the last week, more than 108 teachers and 51 students tested positive, while several schools were forced to close down. In response to this, the GTU held an isolation day for teachers on Monday and continued its call for the discontinuation of face-to-face interaction for at least 2 weeks to reduce COVID-19 spread in the school system. But even with these calls, the Education Minister, Priyamanik Chan, has indicated that schools cannot be closed. As such, the school doors remain open. Against this backdrop, Nightly News took its cameras to the busy streets of Georgetown on Tuesday, where it was revealed by some of the country's citizens that schools should definitely be closed until rate of new COVID-19 infections decrease. Highlighting that the COVID-19 situation is seemingly blowing out of proportion, Dexter Southwell, a taxi driver, opined that safety should be the first policy.
It makes no sense for persons to have to send their kids to school and the parents just like anybody else, only for, at the end of the day, to be told that, well, listen, your child has contracted the COVID-19 virus and then government will do nothing.
He believes that the Ministry of Education needs to include parents in its planning exercises.
But if you consider, ever since school would have opened last week, there are several cases where students would have contracted the virus and some schools had to be shut. And so I believe that they should at least take a more better approach to it in terms of meeting with the people, like I said, the parties concerned, and then chart a better way forward.
These similar sentiments were also shared by Coffee Campbell, who relayed that the ministry needs to put more measures in place at the various schools.
Yes, just shut the school until they put something in place. There's nothing in place. Guys, you at work and you get a call that your child get COVID. You have to go to the hospital. The child don't for a week or two. The government ain't giving you anything.
According to Campbell, systems should be in place to ensure that schools are fumigated at least 2 times daily. Meanwhile, an additional 2 citizens who opted to speak anonymously also conveyed that the doors to all learning institutions should be closed until it is safer for the nation's children.
If you're concerned of the safety of our children, then you should not force to open the school at this time. You know, that's my view about it. I just feel they should take their time and go into it. You know what I'm saying? Before they just force in to open school.
According to this woman, virtual teaching should be resumed.
Government should give people computers, should give the teachers computers, give the children computers. You understand? We getting our money. Everybody should get a computer.
However, while the universal view by those interviewed on Tuesday was that schools should be closed, Roy DeHathen believes that it should remain opened. Here is her reason.
Because for the past couple of years, school has been closed. I see a lot of youth turn to the streets, Stephen, a lot of teenage pregnancies, and that's even worse than the COVID. So I think school should remain open. COVID is something we have to live with.
Reporting for the HGP Nightly News, Kendell Richmond.